Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We're back to the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That is Nick. Nick,
Hello. Yes.
what up?
What
When we do
up?
this podcast, we have nothing. We have no topics. You know what I was doing, Nick? Right before we came on, I knew you wanted to start the pod early. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
Nick wants to start the pod early. He must have something to say. He must have topics.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
great, let's not wait to 8 o'clock and do this. So instead, I watched Jeopardy and felt
Yeah.
bad about it. I felt terrible about myself. I couldn't get one question right. And these
Yeah.
motherfuckers are just calling off. They're like, what is this? What is that? And I'm like, duh. Like, if you wanted to just sit down and laugh at my guesses on some of these questions were hysterical, but I definitely felt like either they just got to be like brilliant. That's all it is. I don't think I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. Let's face it. Like, you've
Mm.
heard all the smart things I've said on this podcast,
Oh
but
yeah.
these people are just so brilliant that it's like, the fuck are you, man?
I mean, brilliance is different than being able to memorize answers.
You think they're just good memorizers? They reach in, they just memorize
Yeah.
shit.
A
I
hundred percent. Listen,
They're not bright. They're fucking stupid, right?
dude, that's knowledgeable. Knowing a ton of stuff is being knowledgeable. Brilliance is somebody that is a fucking what's it called? The inventor, man. Those people are brilliant. The person who invented the light bulb, the people that invented the internet, the people
Einstein.
that send people to space. That's fucking brilliance. I used to be able to memorize shit like crazy when I was younger. That
Mm.
was just being able to memorize shit, knowledgeable of stuff, reading things, and it's you're not. I don't want to say you're not. It doesn't make you smart. It just makes you know a lot of shit.
Right. So it's like it's almost like when you're studying for a test and you memorize it. Are you really
Exactly.
getting it? Like I
No.
never like all the tests. I think I did good on tests because I just memorized answers. I didn't
Yeah.
really think about
Yeah.
the answers making any sense in my head. I
Yeah.
just assumed like, all right, this answer is correct, so I'm just gonna memorize it. But I wasn't really deeply thinking about it. That's why I can't remember shit to this day. You know what I mean? My memory is just
Yeah.
so shot. I'm
Yeah.
lucky I can spell my name.
Dude, there's subjects that, like, say, all history, all social studies, all you have to do is be a good memorizer. You don't have to be a smart human being. There's nothing you're gonna figure out from social studies. You know what I mean? You're not gonna break any new ground. Like, oh, here's a social studies problem. Figure this out. No, you don't figure things out. You just learn them. And if you give a shit enough to memorize that in 1492 Columbus sailed the blue, then you memorize that shit.
I
You
only
know?
I only know that because of rhymes.
Exactly. That's the
You
only
know,
reason why anybody knows it.
like my colors. Like I know my colors because Roy G. Biv.
Right. He
So I
did.
could figure out like, oh, it's red, orange, yellow, green, and then the rest of them,
And Biv.
and Biv. So yeah, dude, it's like one thing I'm really terrible at. Like I had to like write my name out in script
Yeah.
for like a legal document, and my script is
Oh,
so whack. It's so awful. If you ask me to write like a letter
yeah.
or a paragraph of something for somebody, it would just be like if somebody wanted my recommendation for a job and I had to write it, I
Yeah.
have no question in my mind I would have to type it. There's no way I could write script because it would just come off awful. And I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't even write script. I'd be so embarrassed that I just print it out, like use print. But that's
Right.
crazy coming from an adult that you're printing a letter recommendation to somebody. I might as well just fucking cut letters out magazines and send like a psychopath at this point.
I had to fill out a piece of paperwork today and I gave it back to the girl and I said, "Good luck. Good luck trying to decipher what that is." Because I don't even know what the fuck I just wrote. Dude, I write so fast when and my arms are just doing something that I don't even know about because we don't write anymore.
Right. We don't.
If I
We need
sat down and
practice.
if I sat down and actually said, "Okay, I'm going to take my sweet time," I could write something that's legible. I
Yeah.
can't even write numbers anymore that are legible. I wrote my number down. I was like, I don't beats me. They would if I get an email from this place saying, "Hey, it was great to see, for you to visit here. It was really great to see you," or a text message,
Uh,
I'll be fucking mind blown because I had to write my phone in like two different places, and it looks like It looks like two different numbers. Every number looks like
Yeah.
two different numbers. Number, I had to put four. It looks like a seven, or another four looks like a fucking three. Probably. It's like,
Who
yeah, all
knows
right,
who
good
they're
luck.
calling? Yeah, it's way off. Yeah, what about the nonsense? You know how sometimes we have to sign something like credit card, it's like signed on an
Oh my
iPad
god.
at
Yeah.
places,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you kind of just do something with your finger, but
Yeah.
it's not this not, that's not script. That's
No.
not it's not anything. It's just it's not even gibberish. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know what we're doing when we fucking sign in that fucking iPad. It just everybody's thing must look horrible because
Right.
nobody's just sitting there like, oh, hold up, and then like they're like they blow on their
Yeah.
finger, they grab the iPad from the customer, like, I gotta sign my name, and they're like,
Yeah.
and they're doing it like a perfect fucking script. There's no way. I have never seen that lunatic out there. But you know what? I kind of want to be that guy. Next time I have to sign something on an iPad, I'm gonna grab it from their hands. I'm like, all right, give me a minute. This
Yeah.
might take a minute. And I'm gonna fucking write my name as best and clear as possible in script using my fucking index finger.
Start off first by like this, by trying to write it and it doesn't come out. Like, what is this thing out of ink? But then who wants to touch those disgusting fucking iPads that somebody else and their greasy ass fucking fingers? You know what I mean? You got their fucking finger herpes all over that screen. Their butt herpes are all over that fucking screen. And then you have to touch it as well. It's like, yo,
Yeah,
rub that shit down with an alcohol swab before I
anything.
touch that shit, man. The fuck out of here. And
It's
anyway, just sign it yourself. Like you said, most of the times you sign that shit, there's like spaces in between every fucking you write an N, there's 9 spaces between the N because it doesn't form a real N. It's jib it comes out as just like I don't know. What's that stuff? What are the original what's the original language? With all the pictures and shit like that.
hieroglyphics.
It comes out in hieroglyphics.
It's like a stick figure of you and shit, like holding your
Yeah.
arms up. Yeah, that's funny, man. This thing's out of ink. It's like imagine like, oh, I left my finger at home. You got an extra one back there like I can use. Fucking
Yo,
crazy. This is nuts.
back in the day, Rob used to say that you could write anything on a credit card thing. So he wrote Mickey Mouse one time when he was signing off on something and it didn't work. And the person was like, "Oh, this isn't going through," and he started freaking out.
No way. Because his Mickey and the guy's gonna be like, sir, is your name Mickey Mouse? Imagine Rob pulls out his ID and it says Mickey Mouse on his license. Why, yes, I am.
Yes.
What would the guy do in that situation? Imagine Rob signed a legal document, Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
and he pulls out his license as verification.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fucking great. That's like a
That would
skit you could probably use.
There should be a movie. That should be a fucking movie scene, like, or just a full movie. The guy's name's Mickey Mouse. He's always embarrassed. The cops are like, "What's your name? Full name? Mickey? Mike? It's Mike. It's Michael, but my friends call me Mickey. Michael Mouse."
Michael Mouse. Imagine you just sign it Bozo, and then the license plate is just you dress up as a clown, and it just says Bozo on there. Oh man, we
Shit.
joke, we kid, yeah, but those days are long gone, man. With the technology, we'll never have to ever write script again. People are gonna look at us like in the generations down the line. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like how we look at cavemen, where they just carve shit on rocks.
Oh
They
yeah.
you did what with your fingers?
Right.
You mean you didn't do everything with your mind? Like,
Yeah.
one of those deals.
Um, they're not teaching kids script anymore. I don't think.
They're not?
No, like I write when if I give my niece and nephew a like a birthday card. Number one, anybody. I give anybody a birthday card. It's in half script, half print. Some words are in half script, half print. And my niece will like read it. She's like, "Happy birthday, who?" And it's just like,
Yeah. Because you write your
Ava.
name in script.
Because you're right. And then Uncle Nicky, what?
Yeah.
Loves
Yeah.
loves you.
Yeah, dude, you're right. It is half and half. Same here. It's always the top name, like two, whoever in script, and then
Yeah,
love,
yeah.
your name in script, but everything in
Yeah.
between is all print. It's like happy birthday when you underline it to make it like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I really mean it. Happy birthday, huh? Oh god. Hallmark and these cards are just a load of shit. What do people do? Who's saving those fucking things? How long do you hold on to it? I think we might have actually had this conversation, but if I get a birthday card from you or anybody or anything like that, or like
Yeah.
save the date for a wedding, I'll look at it and then it's going right in the garbage, bro.
Yeah.
What am I gonna put up on a fridge?
No, you have to throw them out. I used to hold on to them forever.
You were one of
And
those
then
that hoarded
I
that shit?
I hoarded them. And then I read that Everything That Remains book. It's a minimalist book, and they say you have to let that stuff go because you're emotionally attached to it. So if you have all of that stuff in your closet, it makes it even more difficult for you to leave a certain place, like your childhood house or something. It makes it very difficult for you to leave because you
Really?
are attached to all of that stuff
Wow.
emotionally.
See,
You know,
wow.
you could
There's
look
people
through
like
it. You want to take a picture of it on your phone to keep it? Sure, no
that.
problem.
Yeah,
But you have to get rid of it. It's not the person. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you have the memories of the people that, that wrote the cards and stuff like that, but you have to let it go in order to grow. You have to.
Wow. I didn't realize that. I guess I've been growing the whole time. I was always a grower, not a shower.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
I
mean,
was like, sometimes I lit that shit on fire, watched it burn, and then it just disappeared right out of my hands.
and
Happy
that
birthday
doesn't mean that you don't keep something that
means
like
something to you.
a really important one, like you
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
your grandparents wrote something nice to you, proud of you for, not
Yeah.
fucking this up for once, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Asshole. And you're like,
Right.
ah, these guys.
Finally. You got to keep that.
Yeah. No, not that I'd imagine your grandparents or my grandparents spoke to you
I
that
would
way. They,
hope not. Like
yeah.
if they did, like, damn, that's
Yeah.
rough.
You didn't really know your grandparents, I think, right? You didn't really have.
No, no, it's actually funny you brought that up. Talking about grandparents. Yeah, I only knew like one, my mom's like mom,
Yeah.
but I only knew her not that long as like
Yeah.
a kid until like early like teenage years. But
Yeah.
yeah, had no idea her dad, had no idea my dad's parents, no idea, bro.
Mhm.
Because I was born, don't forget I was born a little bit after my brothers and sisters. So
Yeah.
they might have known them, but yeah, not me.
Right.
They were all gone before I came in this world. What
That
about you?
sucks.
You knew
Yeah, I knew all of them. I was, for I was lucky enough to have them alive for a long time, man, like into my 20s and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's
my late
awesome.
20s, I mean,
Oh,
what's that?
I would have loved to like have that wisdom. I'm sure your grandparents passed wisdom down to you. I got
Yeah.
nothing. I got no wisdom.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
now
not wise. No, you are definitely not wise. That's for sure.
I do a lot of dumb shit without thinking. But
No,
you got a lot of it.
my grandparents were some of the most important people to me, man. I mean, I lived with my
Wow.
mother's parents. They lived underneath me for my whole life, and I was close to my father's parents as well. They were tough people, man, but they in all certain ways. Like my father's father was real scary when we were younger, man. He was a
Oh yeah.
tough fucking guy. Like you did not want to mess with him. He would fuck you up, right? I feel bad for anybody that ever fucked with him because he was big and he was fucking nuts. Right? Like the insanity that I have
Right, right.
is it's a combination of a lot of people in my family,
Well, they say
but
it skips a generation.
it didn't skip.
So it usually skips from the grandfather, not to
Okay.
their kids, but to
Yeah.
the kids' kids. So that would be
Okay.
you. So the
Yeah.
insanity skipped a generation and landed right on your face.
My grandfather was crazy. But then in his older age, he mellowed out, like legitimately afraid of him when we were younger. And then once he got older, we'd go over there and help him out. He was calmer, because I guess he was just like, yeah, I guess my days of beating the crap out of people are done. My grandmother, his wife,
Damn.
was nuts too. Like not like she was very protective. You know what I mean? Like that's how grandparents are. They're gonna protect you. She would just like, throw threats around. If anybody fucks with you
Oh
guys,
yeah,
they're
she's
dead.
crazy.
That kind of shit. Yeah.
She's crazy
Yeah.
because obviously, in order for like your grandfather, if he was crazy, you have to meet another crazy. Two crazies is what happens.
Yeah. But she made the best macaroni on the planet, legitimately
Oh, nice.
the best fucking food on the planet. And then my mom's parents, they basically raised me in when my mom wasn't around, they were downstairs all the time. So I spent a lot of time with them. My grandfather was legitimately my favorite person on the planet, you know? Um, he was the best. And he was friends with my other grandfather. They worked on the city together, and he was
Oh,
a
cool.
absolute beast too. They were giants, these guys, right? Like, and my grandfather wrote a book, and like when he was, I think I must have talked about it here when he was passing away. Me and my brother like wrote all his stories down and stuff. And people used to say that they always wanted to see him and my other grandfather fight because they were just giants. And his response was, maybe he would win, maybe I would win. but it would never come to that, because they were friends.
Yeah,
And
right,
then
right.
so my parents met through them. And then my other grandmother, she was a sweetheart too, man. She would, cook for everybody and just take care of everybody. That's what they were all about, taking care of everybody. Because they were from nothing. My grandparents, if you read this book, man, you'll read it. Like my grandfather had 10 brothers and sisters.
Oof.
They had literally nothing at all. They had to scour the streets for fucking crumbs on the street to eat. You know what I mean? They were working when they were 5 years old, trying to just get a penny. Pennies meant everything to people back in the day. You get a nickel
Yeah.
to help your family. That's what they were doing.
A lot of them were. A lot of them grew up like that.
Yeah, a lot of them, and
They
they
grew
didn't.
up like, did they grow up in the Great Depression and shit like that and coming over to
Yeah,
America?
yeah, the 20s,
Yeah,
man. That's when
that's crazy.
that's when they were all born and raised in the 20s in the United States, and they didn't cry about it. They fucking busted their asses to make because back in the day it was a different lifestyle, man. You weren't getting handed out everything, and you
Yeah, it
weren't
worked.
looking for a handout.
Worked.
You were raised as, I have to provide for my family. I have to give them a better life, and that's what
Yeah.
they did. That's what they did.
That's I mean, if you look back at that time, to be honest, Nick, that was probably the only thing you had to do. Because what
Yeah,
else? Did you really have great entertainment? Like your
right.
entertainment back in the 1920s was probably throwing like, a ball off the side of the building or something. You know what
Right.
I mean? It was probably something really dumb or
Yeah.
jacks. I think you remember
Right.
those jacks games. I still
Hell
have no
yeah.
idea how to play jacks. I know it's like these jacks with
Yeah.
like a little round ball. I don't know what kind of game that is. I've never learned how to play it, and I never will because it looks stupid. It fucking always looks so stupid. So
All
yeah,
you have to
that's
do
probably
is
all that too.
you bounce a ball,
I want to hear it
you pick up as many jacks as you can, and you got to catch the ball.
at the same time or before it hits.
Bounce the ball in the air. It
Right.
gets to bounce up. You have to scoop up the jacks, catch the ball before it hits the ground.
That seems so annoying. It seems like cleaning up. So
Cleaning
that's a
up.
game. Oh, you want to
Yeah.
play cleanup? Yeah, let's play cleanup. I'm gonna throw the stupid ball in there and then pick up all that fucking shit on the floor.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
game sucks. No
This
wonder
game's
why they fucking worked. Like, what else are we gonna do? Might as well
right.
fucking work and provide for our families. Like the game ain't on. Like they didn't even have
Yeah.
fucking sports back then. Didn't have the NFL. The
No, they
NFL didn't
didn't.
exist. Do you know what I mean? Major
Yeah.
League Baseball didn't exist. These
You're right.
motherfuckers grew up when all of a sudden we're like, we need something to do. We need some entertainment. And then
I
they
think
go to
Major League
sports.
Baseball did exist in the 1920s.
They might have. I think it was like late 1800s.
Because I
That
think Babe
started.
Ruth was playing in the 20s.
I think Babe
Right?
created baseball. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he died in 1948, Babe Ruth. In 1914, Ruth was signed to play minor league baseball to the Orioles, but sold to the Red Sox by 1916. Yeah, he was playing fucking 19 teens.
It came on and we had I think the NFL, it's the 100th anniversary this coming season. So the NFL's only been around 100 years.
Wow.
Ain't that some fucking crazy? I know we were talking a little bit about like, like how I thought cavemen was like 100 and something years ago. I think I'm right because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we come up with like sports leagues
Right.
and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like, what the fuck did we do in the 1800s before
Nothing.
Jax came out? I bet Jax wasn't even a game back then. And that game's retarded.
Dude, they must have. That's why they always dressed in suits because they had to kill a lot of time because there was nothing else going on. They had to spend at least an hour to get dressed and to undress. Otherwise, they'd have about 15, 16 hours a day to do absolutely nothing other than work, obviously. But yeah,
Right.
they must have just busted their asses, dude. And then they came home with a nice steak for their wife to cook up, sizzle that shit on the
Yeah.
fucking hot pan, beat your kids. Obviously, that's
Right.
probably you had to beat your kids at least fucking. That's an hour. That kills an hour.
You come right in the door right away.
Beat them.
That kills an hour at least.
Yep.
Besides your kids,
Right. I don't
kills
even think your
time
kids
and
care.
no, they expected like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's 5:15.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's coming through the fucking door,
Yeah.
and then you just take your fucking whaling. That's
They
how
were
it was
excited.
back in the day. Yeah, they were excited. They were like, you know what? I've been bad. I
Yeah.
need this. I don't
And
think
and
that's
they
the case. That was
and
the case at some crazy ass households.
and they would kill time. They knew it would kill time too, the kids.
That's true.
You
They were
know?
so bored. Hit me.
Hit me.
That's where it started from. You're so bored that you just want
Yeah.
to get your ass kicked.
And then from that, right from that, when Hit Me formed Blackjack, they were like, I gotta fucking form another game where this guy can hit me
Yeah.
without actually hitting me. And they formed Blackjack,
I
playing
bet
cards.
I bet the little boy's name was Jack, and the guy was like, "It's time to make Jack black." And blackjack and just fucking boom, smacked him right in the fucking side of the head.
Shit.
And now we got a game. Yeah,
Unless
when's did the deck of cards come out?
that's old because they were playing poker in like the 1800s and shit
They
like
were,
that.
right? Like at
That was
the
the only game.
that's probably where you went. Saloons back in like when the hillbilly days, the cowboy
Yeah.
days. You
Yeah.
just went to the saloon, you fight, and you get fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And you go through those little saloon doors that they have,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That
Not
is
gonna
cool.
lie. I would have loved to like. We probably did grow up during that ever. We probably just reincarnated,
Yeah.
but it was probably really cool to just walk in one of those old time, like wearing your cowboy boots, and you just walk in the saloon. You push that little door open, see some bitches all dressed up, and then you go to the bar for some fucking whiskey, and you
Yeah.
just get annihilated and fight and bang and you know,
Bang and fight.
awesome. Yeah, it must have been awesome.
I don't think I would have survived very long back in those times because I would probably try to get really good at gunfighting, and I would try to fight somebody, and like the gun would just like slip out of my hand, and they
You
just
try to
fucking
pull it out the hoister really fast and twirl it, and then you just
yeah.
shoot yourself in the dick.
Yourself.
Again, I shot myself right in the jaw. I shot it right off it this time. Like, god damn it.
Yeah,
That's what Back to the Future shit. If you shot off your junk, if your great great grandfather shot off his junk, you wouldn't be here.
it's true.
So he probably had to be good with the fucking gun back in the day. I can't believe we're all here. We're the best of the best, to be honest with you. If you look, where we came from, wherever that is,
Yeah,
like our generation had to survive so many different phases of life, so many hardships just for us to be here.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There has to be lineage going down to like who the fuck knows. Yeah, that's why I kind of want to do that, like 23 and Me,
yeah,
and I want to see like how far they could trace my ancestors back. I know
yeah.
they're gonna take my information and clone me and get my genetics with this shit, but I'm
Yeah.
interested in that kind of shit. I really want to see.
Right.
I think we talked
Well,
about this. We wanted to do it, right? The 23 and Me shit.
from based upon your family, like Brian and your nephews, and how they are really good at sports, and they're good looking people, and like
I see where
j-
this is going.
they have really good physiques. I would say they probably came from a long line of like gladiators, but based upon just you, I
All right,
don't
I'm the
know. I'm
black
not
sheep.
sure.
I'm
Not
the
sure.
black. Nah, I'm the black sheep.
Slaves. You were a slave for sure.
No, no, there's no way. We wouldn't be here if we were slaves. There's just no way. Like, yeah, yeah. I think like we
No,
probably
not your family, Mike. Just you
no,
somehow.
no,
Your
we
lineage,
probably
just your lineage.
this guy. Just the fact that I'm here had to be some kind. We probably grew up in like really cold temperatures, through the forest in the wilderness.
Yeah,
We were one with the wolves. I think. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I
It's
don't
wild.
either. I mean,
It's
I
wild
don't
to
know.
think about. Do you want to do it? You want to do that fucking 23 and Me?
I think my brother might have done it, and Or I don't know, or maybe my mom has it available and she hasn't done it, but I don't know. I know that I come from I don't know. I mean, one of the hills in Rome is named after my family, Celio.
Oh
It's
yeah.
but it's in Greek. It's Caelian. So Caelian, Caelian, apparently translates to Celio in Italian. So there's seven hills in Rome. So apparently somewhere along the line, somebody did something great enough to say, this hill we shall name Celio Hill.
Right.
You know?
Or maybe there was just a shitload and they're just like, yo, throw them up on the hill.
Yeah, that's true. Could
It
have
could
been that
it
too.
could be, nah, we had to survive some crazy, fantastic shit. We just didn't get lucky for our lineage to get here. You know,
Yeah,
we're
that's
here for
true.
everybody that's listening to the podcast. So yeah, our family history, we definitely survived some crazy shit in order for us to just survive. You know,
Right.
it wasn't all of them because there was a bunch of, I mean, there was definitely a bunch of mouth breathers back then that just got eliminated because they just couldn't do anything. They probably just
Yeah.
walked the planet Earth, fell off cliffs, and died. They were just stupid. You know, the people that had a brain were like, you know what, maybe we don't want to jump off this fucking cliff. Maybe
Right.
we'll survive, you know? And that's how we're
You
here.
you know what's crazy? I just I just looked up like Celio and it comes back. It says Italian and Spanish from the personal name Celio, probably from Latin Caelius or Caelian, Italian nickname from southern Italy. It, it means inconsistent, changeable, or having a squint cross eye.
Wow.
But also Celio means sky, I thought in Italian.
It's funny you say that. Like when I first met you, I thought you were like Spanish.
Did you?
I was like, oh, he ain't fucking Italian. He's Spanish.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
I,
that's
I might
you have a little bit of Spanish in you.
I might have some Spanish because um my grandmother's mother died when she was really young at like 4 years old from like one of those typhoid fever, some kind of shit, like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And I
Shit.
think her last name was Cortesa. So
Oh, really?
I had to be fucking some sort of Spanish.
I think we were all some kind of like all had to be some kind of Spanish, Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Since the beginning. We just I don't know how we fucking got here.
Yeah.
But I wonder what I would because I'm like, I'm half Irish and half Czechoslovakian,
Right.
which is crazy, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
So who the fuck knows where I came from? You know? My guesses would be Ireland and Czech or Poland or some shit, but
Yeah.
oh, so it could be anything. I mean, look at me. I'm definitely a mutt. There's no question about it.
Oh yeah, 100%. You were 100% a slut.
Def big time slut.
I mean,
Nobody's a bigger slut than I am.
nobody's a bigger
Just
slut.
kidding. Just kidding.
Nobody's 100% anything. It's
No,
impossible. It's
it's in it.
absolutely impossible.
It's impossible. That's why don't be so proud of your race and shit. Don't be like
Yeah.
running around with the flags and shit of your country that you think you're are a race of.
Except for
You're everything.
this is the only time anybody's ever going to be 100% anything. When they start making human beings like just from scratch
Yeah.
and they could take like the Italian gene, you will be 100% Italian. You will be 100% Irish because they're going to be able to make your ass
Yeah. Ain't that too much though? I don't think anybody wants to see fully like a full breed.
full breed.
Yeah, full breeds are kind of like I don't know, they're kind of whack because it's like almost banging your cousin, then your cousin has a baby. You know what I mean?
I don't know, Mike.
Is that how it is? Like, because
No.
all of a sudden you if you have just 100% race, you just like yeah, there's a chance like you're gonna be stupid.
Well, I mean, there's a chance that you're going to be stupid anyway, right?
That's true. I mean, we did start the podcast with the whole Jeopardy thing.
That's true. Poor guy never gets any Jeopardy answers right. Don't you feel like a genius when you do get Jeopardy answers right, especially when other people are around?
I had one today. I did have one.
Yeah.
They were like in 2019, Emma Stone. It was about like the thing was gold something or whatever
Mhm.
as the what is gold, some shit like that. And they're like, what did Emma Stone win? And I was like, oh, Golden Globe.
Uh-huh.
Because it had the gold in the thing. I'm like, oh, I figured that
Yeah.
out, you know? But I was
Yeah.
like, great. I'm like, why do I know that Emma Stone won a Golden Globe? And actually, I didn't. really know she won a Golden Globe or Golden Globe, whatever it is. I I didn't even
Golden
know she wrote
Globe.
it. I just put the association Golden Globe and gold together. You know,
Dude, imagine you win a Golden Globe one day and you call it the Golden Globe.
just want to thank everybody who voted for me to win this Golden Globe award. These are for all the globs. I want to thank my the number one god glob up in the sky. Appreciate you. It is so funny, man. These fucking people that they have award shows. Like,
Yeah.
who do you think you are? All right, you made a fucking like a funny movie. You were hilarious. Now we're gonna give you an award about it. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, we're gonna line up in limos and go on the red carpet. We're gonna throw these 80,000 rented dresses on from Vero Chang, and we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna like give each other awards and make everybody feel good for winning best actress or best actor. It's so stupid, man.
Right.
It
I
is
mean,
so fucking stupid. I hate it. Is mate, doesn't that kind of piss you off? Like, who do you think you are?
yeah, you already got $40 million from the movie. Now you need your Golden Globe, you know?
I, I'd rather give it to like real people, real hard workers. Like, hey, you know what? I'm giving this award to my favorite mechanic.
Right.
John, you fixed my car well, all good this year. I mean, sure, I can't pay for my kids' college tuition because all my money went into the car, but here's your fucking award. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep. Dude, you know what I was thinking the other day? Because you know how I was watching this video of Robert De Niro going into like a I don't know if he's going to like City Hall or some shit. I think it was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
and like these guys were just ripping him a new asshole.
Yeah.
And
They're
I'm saying to
honking at him.
myself, what?
They were honking the horns at him too.
Yeah. Telling him he's a fucking piece of trash, he's fucking shitty actor, this, that, and the other thing, he's garbage. And I'm like, what if I all of the shit that people say about these people, about how they're in this fucking ring of sex rings and they fucking drink the blood of children. Like some of it we actually believe, right?
Yep.
But what if all of it's wrong and it's all fucked up and they're giving these people like Robert De Niro, who was one of the best actors of all time, this fucking reputation now that he's got to
Right.
defend himself. Like, what are you insane? You think I'm drinking the pineal gland juice of some kid?
Imagine,
Jesus Christ.
imagine you're yelling at him in the middle of the street. Stop drinking little kids' blood, De Niro. We know what you're
Dude,
doing.
I couldn't handle that shit if I don't know how these people handle this stuff, dude. I would
Dude.
fucking lose it.
Imagine you're just like a regular like worker, and then you get chat on by strangers. Nick, stop drinking the little kid's blood. We know what you're up to. Yeah, you're right. De
Crazy.
Niro should turn around. He should be so angry that he would just shoot the guy right there. I'd shoot him if I was De Niro. But he's
Dude,
taking it for some reason. Maybe because like, oh shit, they got me.
I don't know, man. It could just all be. I mean, think about what we're saying too. That those
That is
lunatics
crazy.
drink the
It's
blood.
called
Who
adrenaline.
started that?
It's
Who
called
started it?
adrenaline. What you do, you terrorize the little kids before you kill them, and then you take their blood out or whatever, and then you're supposed to get like the craziest high, and then also it makes you younger, and that's apparently what the thing is. It's almost like fucking Count Dracula type shit, bro. Like I'm going to suck your blood, like it's
I
crazy.
hope it's fucking. I
That's
hope
what
it's
these
not true.
people believe. Like I listen, I hope it's not true. And can I say undoubtedly I believe it or I don't believe it? No, I
Right.
can't say. I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on in
Yeah.
Hollywood. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird up there. But
Hmm.
where there is smoke, there's fucking fire. So who
Yeah.
the hell knows what goes on? We've heard some crazy shit come out. I mean, with
Right.
Epstein, for Christ's sake, Epstein's Island, that shit's real. Like that's fucking scary, man. That's real
Yeah.
scary. We have these monsters on this fucking planet living among us.
Yeah. And
Ugh.
listen,
Weird.
Vampires didn't come up like the story of vampires didn't come out of nowhere. I'll
Mhm.
tell you that much.
Those motherfuckers were real, bro. You think fucking Jim Henson created that shit? Nope.
Listen,
That shit's real.
cannibals are out there. They eat people.
Right.
Why wouldn't there be people that just go around sucking on each other, ripping, killing, drinking your fucking blood?
Yeah, I know. I know. Like, why? Yeah, why are people like so dead against? Like, no, that's not true. It's the
Yeah,
same people with the whole fucking COVID thing. They were
right.
believing everything that guy Fauci said, and now it's coming out that more and more stories that the COVID shot has led to like 35 million deaths since it came out.
35 million?
Yeah, now it's coming out. Like everything's starting to come out now. So like, yeah, read up on the COVID-19. A lot more stuff is coming out that even like when the articles like the New York Post is putting that out there that COVID actually like what's their research now that COVID led to like a lot of deaths and shit like that, excess deaths they want to call it. It's hard to say.
Wait,
Ex-
the shot?
yeah, the COVID shot, the vaccine. So yeah, I mean now the papers are putting it in there. Now people are like now all the conspiracy theorists, quote unquote, now they're like, hey, we told you so. We
Yeah.
weren't fucking crazy. I was one of them. I was considered a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, why would I take this? Why would I want any of my family members to take this? I
Yeah.
can't imagine being a parent and having your kid fucking take this. That's like almost like you're killing your kid. I would never do that. If I was married at the time with a kid and my wife was like, "No, we're giving little Mikey the COVID shot," I'm like, "No, no, I'd fucking take that kid. I'm out. Like I'd fucking take him out the house." Now it's like, because now it's like we're hearing shit, all this fucking shit. It's fucking scary. Like I don't, and now nobody's gonna really ever fucking trust the government because the government just used Fauci as a puppet to push that fucking down your throats. Because remember, I always keep saying this. First, they tried to scare us into taking the shot, saying, "Oh, you're gonna fucking pass it on to your neighbors." That wasn't
Right.
true. Then they tried to bribe you with gift cards, like, "Here, get a free fucking hot dog and a gift card with your COVID shot." You know,
Hmm.
that didn't work. Then round three, which got a lot of people, unfortunately, is when they threaten your livelihood. You can't have a job if you don't get this shot. And what do people have to do? God damn it, I have to fucking get this in my arm. And I tell you, that's the fucking scary thing about the whole fucking COVID. It's like they forced you and manipulated you into fucking taking that. Once they threaten your livelihood, what are we supposed to do? It's fucking wrong. And I hope everybody that took the shot that I know personally, family, friends, I hope everybody's just fucking okay. I hope
Yeah.
like whatever they had. I know some people in my family had like a little bit of illnesses and shit like that. Hopefully it's not long. I just hopefully everybody's okay, but it's fucking crazy. It really is fucking crazy. And I'll never fucking
Marshmallow.
never believe that really happened in 2020. Just it's terrifying to be honest.
Marshmallow's loving it right now.
Oh, Marshmallow loves COVID talk.
He
But
loves
like
it.
look it up, Marshmallow. Look it up. It's when they put it in the New York Post, the Daily News, and the mainstream media has no choice but to fucking report on this
Yeah.
because there's these researchers from these fucking schools that should prominent schools like they can't censor.
Yeah.
Now the story's out. It was only a matter of time. It only took close to 5 years or four
Yeah.
years for these fucking stories to come out and shit to start leaking.
Yo, what about like how we talked about the placebo effect,
Mm-hmm.
how you can or nocebo where you tell people, for instance, that this drug will give you a side effect, right? Think about all of the things that they started saying at first. What? You lose your smell and your taste. You got the corona, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, the cough, right?
Yep.
You got it. Next thing, sneezing's not a thing. Then it is a symptom.
Right.
Sniffling. So you have any symptom of any sort of illness at all. That's a symptom of the corona now, right?
Right.
And then they tell you that it's how bad it is. They probably fucking made it worse for everybody by telling you that. When you tell somebody these are like we talked about in another episode,
It's a good
if you're
point.
doing a study on a test on a drug and you give them a placebo and you give them the real drug or whatever, if you tell them the side effect that's possible, then the side effect comes out like, I don't know, 40% more of the time than if you don't tell them the side effect. So if you're telling somebody that this new virus is super deadly, it's really fucking bad, you are going to believe it and you're going to make it fucking worse. You're going to make it that way. And I mean, I stayed indoors for 20 fucking days, man. I had a lingering cough and I just didn't want to be around anybody because I thought I was going to still be able to give it to them. You know,
I
that
thought the
that kept
same
me
thing.
inside for so long, man.
I thought the same thing in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, put my mask on. I'm not gonna go around seeing family, friends. We
Yeah.
don't know what this is. But
Hmm.
then after a while, you started thinking like, yo, I'm getting played by this. The more like you figured it out, the more people become woke about it. I mean,
Hmm.
Jesus Christ, remember they closed these restaurants down, right? But you could eat outside in a tent connected to
Right.
something. What
Yeah.
kind of sense or logic did that make? These
Yeah.
fucking poor restaurants were making you sit in the parking lot underneath the fucking like a tent.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. What kind of shit is that? You couldn't go to outside venues. You couldn't
Yeah.
go to the beach, you know? But
Yeah.
sure, come and go to McDonald's,
Right.
go in the liquor store. Let's get all fucked up. Like it was like,
Yeah.
man, it was just such a it's like almost like what the fuck? Like what were you doing to us? Why'd you make us go through that?
Right.
There's no reason for it.
There was all testing and shit like that,
It's
man. It
a
was all
test,
just to
right? It has to be a test.
see how easily manipulated we are.
And I think
But
they fooled most of the population.
oh yeah,
You know?
when I was doing the contact tracing job,
Mhm.
like I'd have to call people up, tell them. I mean, if a kid in school was sick, the whole fucking class, you got to call the whole class. All right, yeah, and you're not allowed to tell anybody who the kid was
Right, right.
in anything, even if it's not a kid. You're working with somebody, your coworker. Hey, you were in contact with somebody. Who
That's
was
scary.
it? Can't tell you. Can't tell you. But
No, you know why though, right?
because of fucking HIPAA laws.
No, because they'd be scared people are gonna go find that person and kill them. They think
No,
it's
that's
we're
not fucking
savages.
why.
They
That's
think we're
not why, you
fucking
lunatic.
chimpanzees.
That's not why. It's because of HIPAA laws. You can't tell people. But the best part was then they can ask you if you're vaccinated or not vaccinated.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Trickery.
what about that privacy? Why should I have to fucking tell you any of that? That's my own fucking private health fucking
Yeah,
stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah. It should be between you and your doctor.
Yeah,
Where those fucking privacy fucking laws go.
right.
It's a
I had
joke.
people, I had people that were fucking pissed when I would call them, dude. They'd be like, "Fuck!" Like they just used to go nuts.
Really.
And then some of
And
these people, like I was supposed to call them 3 times back to back to back in the morning, afternoon, and at night, 3 times. My supervisor only made
to
us
tell
call
them
them.
to tell them they
No,
had
no,
COVID three times.
no. If we couldn't get in touch with them,
Oh,
so if they didn't
okay.
pick up, call them again, call them again. My supervisor didn't make us do that though. She used to just be like, call them in the morning, call them in the afternoon, and call them at fucking night. I was like, all right. Other supervisors made them call
Nonstop.
three, 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 dude.
Wow.
Some people just didn't pick the fucking phone up. Some people said, yeah, sure. I mean, the fuck are you gonna do about it? You
Right.
know, I have
Right.
to go to work and I feel fine, so fuck off.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Crazy. But then there was some people that were sick though. I called them up and they'd be like, I am feeling sick. Okay. But dude, okay, okay, listen, you live with a bunch of people, you have to stay in your room, have somebody give you food through the door, like that shit, man.
Oh, it's like
Crazy.
being in fucking jail. Have you ever called somebody and they started crying on the phone when
No,
you told them they had COVID?
no,
No.
no.
That'd have been.
I never told anybody they had it. I just said you were in contact with
Oh, you're
somebody.
in contact. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if you did say if you like, oh, you probably got COVID, bro, and then they just start crying.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
we have a bad cold.
Yeah.
Because
Fucking
that's all.
nuts.
That's all it was. We know it. They know it. Whatever.
Um, bad cold or not, I mean, the flu is a bad cold and it kills people. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But like, if you're fucking really old or out of shape and shit, that shit could fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Same thing
Like
with COVID, they only killed like the really bad people like that just didn't take care of themselves for the most part.
no, that's not true, man. Some young people fucking got taken down by it. It was
Really?
listen, a new virus that's not like a strong fucking strand of something that your body's not used to. It, yeah, man. It fucking it's
Wreck you?
that shit was strong, man. It was fucking strong. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, I mean, you had it.
Yeah, I did.
I fucking had it. I did not feel good on that, man. I did not fucking feel good. You know, my brain was foggier than it's had ever been ever. And
On a scale 1 to 10, how bad do you think you had COVID?
I didn't have it nowhere near bad as anybody else that fucking had it. I know people that had it fucking bad,
Yeah.
bad, um, like scary bad. Like I was scared for them, you know.
Oh,
Like,
really?
and they freak you out though too, though. You know what I mean? They
They
freak
do.
you
They
out
make it a lot
sometimes.
worse.
But I mean, yeah, yeah. I didn't. No, I didn't have it. I didn't have it fucking bad. I had, I lost my sense of smell and my taste, and
Did you get that back?
I got my taste back. I don't have my smell completely back. There's certain smells I can't smell. Like
Me too.
I may have mentioned like bodily smells, so I don't know if I smell
You stink.
much. I
Yeah.
could like shower. I'm like, oh, 17 days no shower. No, I smell great.
Yeah, you can't.
Everybody's
That's
like
that's
staying away
bad
from
news.
me.
That's bad news. If you can't smell yourself or a good steak, like then
Yeah.
that's like, oh shit.
Good steak.
Or your ass.
Yeah.
If
Oh
you
yeah, bad
accidentally
news.
fart and you can't smell
Bad
your
news.
farts,
Yeah.
that's just not good for anybody. That's the one thing like I put on my COVID. Like, son, if the doctor asks, like, do you have any symptoms of COVID? I'm like, I can't smell my farts. Like, and I'm like, I'm worried. You know? That's how I would start the conversation off with the doctor.
Dude,
My
when
smell is not all the way there either.
no, when I got the Kronski, it was right around Christmas. I probably spoke about this before, but I had to wait on the fucking line at urgent care, and the line was like no joke, 30 fucking 40 people fucking deep, right? And it's in the middle of December, fucking freezing out. And I had to wait on this line. And I was probably one of the only people that was actually fucking sick. And all these motherfuckers needed a negative corona test in order to
Oh,
fucking fly on airplanes. And I'm freezing my balls off, shivering, bro. In the middle of it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I should just be home under my fucking blanket, you know?
right.
That was fucking horse shit right
That
there.
was you should have a separate line.
A separate line. You feel sick? This is your line. You're here because you're an asshole? This is your line.
You
You
know what you
know?
do though. You know what you do though. You should have just pretend like you fainted,
Yeah,
and you get real quick. You get taken care of real quick.
you're
They'll
right.
stop what they're
Or
doing.
I should have coughed on everybody's fucking face. I
But
didn't I at first I didn't realize what was going on until I started talking to people and they were like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good." I'm like, "Fuck you then."
all right, I feel great. What are you
Yeah.
doing? You sick? Don't get me sick. you know,
I don't know. What do you think, man? You can barely see. I look like a fucking see-through ghost over here, and my fucking eyes are bulging out of my fucking face.
you look like you're one of your ancestors with the twitchy eyes.
Yeah, but the brain fog was the worst part of it for me. Obviously, I had other symptoms. I had my throat,
Right. Yeah, I had the
um,
cough. I had the cough, the throat.
cough.
Yeah. The
I
phlegm,
didn't have
weird fucking
yeah,
phlegm.
yeah.
That
The
was
cough
weird.
lasted a long time though. That shit lasted a long time.
Yeah, it did. It did.
But
Yeah,
it was
one day we'll get our smells back.
it comes intermittently, man. It's weird. Sometimes I can smell everything. Sometimes I can't, and I can feel the difference in my nose, in my nasal passages. It feels like almost my nose, my nasal
Yeah.
passage is inflamed a little bit, and I can't fucking. I'm like,
Yeah, it
I
feels
can't
like you
smell
can't
nothing.
get it. Yeah, you can't get it.
Yeah, or it's even a delayed. you catch the tail end of something. If you like rip a terrible, terrible fucking fart and you're like, I know this is like gonna kill somebody if they
Yeah.
get too close to it, and then you catch the tail end of it, you're like, I knew it was there.
Yeah. It was just really bad
Yeah,
that it must have been so bad that I just got the tail end of it. That's how
yeah,
bad it was. That's
yeah.
how bad your nasal package is.
My nasal package.
My nasal package is all fucked up. It's all my fucking shit is blocked.
Shit.
That's great radio. That's great podcast. No, us breathe into our nose. Hopefully, you guys heard that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Shit.
Gross. Well, listen, the new pandemic is going to come out soon. It's the bird flu. Some guy had it in America. He passed away. So this is the new one that's supposed to hit the US coming soon. So
Jeez.
don't believe it. It's probably all bullshit, all lies. They're just trying to get you paranoid. So don't go run and hide. Don't get the mask out the closet. You know, just fucking go out. Just go out, man. Enjoy
Yeah,
it. I mean, listen, 2020 was fun for a minute. I love staying home. I'm a homebody to begin with, but after
yeah,
like 3 weeks, that shit was crazy.
yeah.
I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of my house because I'm drinking. This is just, I need something. I need to
I
see
know.
somebody. I need to see people. It was
Right.
crazy.
Heiko Larzik was out and about, like in the midst of everything. He was just partying with like the Murphys gang. They didn't give a fuck. They were just hanging out on the block. They were like, "Yo, come out." I was like, "Hell no."
Well, he's fucking Malarso's patient zero. Like he's the one that started this fucking mess.
Right.
So of course, yeah, come up to the fucking block. People are fucking nuts.
Well,
That's it. That's all I got
that's it, man.
on this podcast. So for no topics, I think we did pretty good.
I think so.
We bullshitted. Yo, June's crazy. We got a lot of birthdays coming up this month before we go. Nick,
Yeah.
there's a few, right? I think there's
Well,
whose birthday was it? Come,
Tony and Kupo's birthday. Tony just turned 40.
it is their birthdays,
It is their birthdays. Jeff,
right?
it is his birthday.
Yep, yep.
Who else? It's I don't know. Somebody else's birthday. I think this coming up this like Thursday or something. I can't really. It's a fan of the podcast.
Is
Fan
it
of ours. Friend
fan,
of ours.
fan of ours, friend of the podcast?
He's a little nuts.
Right? Is his first name Crazy?
His legal name is Crazy.
That's on his license plate. I heard. Like when he
Yeah.
signs his name in script, it's Crazy.
Yep. And his last name is Chris. So early shout out birthday to Crazy Chris.
Shout out to Crazy.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then another person's birthday I think is coming is Eugene Lima Bean Uso.
Lima Bean Dusso's birthday?
I think it's coming at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken. I think him and Crazy Chris were like around each other.
Okay.
And yeah. So I think they,
Nice.
they used to buy like a Carvel cake and share it, like the cookie puss together back in the day, from what I remember.
They shared puss together.
Yeah, they love to share the puss.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That is
Eugene went
what's
right for
up.
the eyes. Chris went right for the cone nose. Remember the cookie puss and Fudgy the Whale?
Yeah.
I like Fudgy the Whale better than Cookie Puss. I gotta be honest with you. That if I had to choose between cakes, otherwise, the flying saucers were the best at Carvel. They were the best for a minute. Those were like you go to Carvel to get flying saucers, and you get like fucking six of them because they come in
Yeah.
those little fucking plastic pans.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. And you get like sometimes you get the chipwich or the mix pack, the chipwich, the one with the vanilla with the chocolate wafer or chocolate with the chocolate wafer. Fucking fantastic. Those are like my go tos. But when you get a cake, you get like the vanilla, and then you get the chocolate crunchies.
Yeah.
I always been like, yo, Carvel, just make a cake all chocolate with the chocolate crunchies all over the place. Why
Yep.
haven't they ever fucking decided to make that shit? I would have
They're
ate. I would
stupid.
have been the fattest kid alive if they had that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they knew that. Maybe they knew that. You
I
know?
think they did know that because I think everybody fucking told them. Because I sure did. Every time I went to Carvel with my mom, I'm like, yo, you got that crunchy cake yet? And he's like,
Yeah.
no, no
Yeah.
crunchy cake. Fuck out of here. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right. I'm like, all right,
Fuck
bro.
out of here.
Yeah. Like, This fucking kid again. This fat little shit keeps asking me for fucking crunchy and fucking chocolate cake. Well, listen. With that, we out. Thanks for listening to the Mix It Up podcast. We'll be back next week. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Just do it when it crushes it out there, right?
Do it when it crushes it, bitches.
We out. Peace.
The question still remains, is this our fault? Even if, could it bring back what we lost? Will the answer stop the pain, or will they just remain the same? The question now is, will we make a change? Will we try? Yeah, so I hang my head, I drown my thoughts, smoke my stuff and I sing my song. I don't know much what it used to be. I love myself, but I don't love me. Will anything be what it used to be? I still know there's good inside me. My head, I drown my thoughts. Everything we used to know is gone. Yeah. I looked inside myself today.